behalf of the English department at Bishop Allen, I'm Mr. Del Monte, and I wanted to welcome you all to Bishop Allen Academy. We know it's been an unusual couple years, but we are so excited to meet you in the fall. We're hopeful, too, that Bishop Allen is a place where you'll make new friends, have awesome experiences, and get to read a lot of great books.
In this short video, you're going to meet some of the other English teachers who you might have this year or in the years to come, and see what kind of books you'll be reading.
Welcome everyone, I'm Ms. Damata. As the only subject that you will take throughout high school, your English classroom experiences will be some of the best that you have at Bishop Allen. One thing that's really special about English is that every one of you will read the same books and plays in grade 9. So even if you're not in the same class as some of your friends, you'll be able to talk with them about the same stories and the same characters.
Hi, I'm Miss Today, and I'm excited to dive into those stories with you all. This year, all grade 9s will start their year with a unit about short stories. You'll read about characters like Khalil and Roger, young men trying to resist the pressures to join gangs, and dive into the Harlem Renaissance with Langston Hughes's Thank You Ma'am, about a young man who is given a second chance from a woman he is trying to rob.
And I'm excited to be teaching a brand new book for me, The Hate You Give. I've been teaching for many years, and experiencing a book for the first time with my students is always a highlight. Some of you may have already read this book or seen the movie, but this coming-of-age story is about an African-American teenage girl named Star, who after witnessing her friend get shot by the white police officer, struggles to find her voice and speak up. It's a new book at Bishop Allen, but will provoke some awesome discussion.
After that, you'll get to experience the one and only Romeo and Juliet. Hi everyone, I'm Miss Panetta. Romeo and Juliet is where you get to experience a piece of classic literature, a story that everyone who studies English comes to love in some way. The language is a little trickier, but the story is so good. With your classmates, you'll laugh together as you watch two teenagers defy their parents for the sake of love.
And that brings us to the final part of Grade 9 English, the chance to choose independently many of the books you'll read. We have two classroom libraries, room 232 and room 233. They're upstairs at Bishop Allen that have large libraries full of books. There are countless titles there for you to choose to read on your own.
Plus, we have an outstanding school-wide library full of books for you to enjoy. I'm also one of the teacher librarians, and I would love to meet you in the library to talk about your favorite titles and help you find your next read.
This year, we're also offering something unique, only for grade 9 students. It's called the BA Summer Reading Experience. In the description for this video or on the BA English website, you can find a list of books that we're recommending you read this summer. We want to encourage each of you to read over the summer. Give your mind a break from screens and enjoy a fantastic book. You could get access to any of these books by visiting your local library, or if you'd prefer, read right out of our virtual library.
In a second, each of us is going to quickly recommend a book for you. If you're taking AP English in the fall, this is a required assignment to read 2 of the books and then to write a written response when you arrive in your class. Not on the first day or even during the first week, but we do want you to have the reading done before your first day of class. Regardless of when you have English in the year, you are encouraged to have the reading done before starting school in September.
While the reading isn't required if you're not in AP, we encourage all of you to read this summer. And here's an added incentive. The reading you do will count as earned credit mark to go towards your overall average. So it's a win-win. While you get to experience one of these amazing stories, you can also earn academic credit.
So let's get to the books that we're recommending. Remember, we're asking that you read 2 of them, but feel free to read more. Ms. Schomer, what's your recommendation?
My recommendation is What I Carry by Jennifer Longo. This novel is the beautifully realized story of Muriel, a self-reliant 17-year-old girl who's about to age out of the foster care system. But when she's placed into what will likely be her final foster home, she finds herself making new connections that challenge her well-worn sense of independence. This is a novel about survival, hope, independence, and identity.
It sounds fantastic, Ms. Schomer. Thank you. Ms. Sadeh, what are you recommending for the summer reading?
I'd like to recommend a novel called Internment by Samira Ahmed. This is a story of a fictionalized America where legislation has been passed to send all Muslims to internment camps. It's a story about the destructive power of hate, but more importantly, the The Power of Using Your Voice to Fight Injustice.
Another awesome book, one that I haven't read. I'm going to read it this summer too, Miss Sade. Miss Master Francesco, what's your recommendation?
Recommending This Little Light by Lori Lansons. It takes place over 48 hours in the year 2024. This is the story of Rory Ann Miller on the run with her best friend because they are accused of bombing their posh Californian high school during a chastity ball. When a reward is offered, a social media storm erupts and a posse of law enforcement attack helicopters and drones try to take them down. Rory is cynical and scared, and what she has to say about the men who try to keep women in their place and about the ways women collaborate in their own undermining is fierce and funny and sad and true.
Another terrific recommendation. True. Miss D'Amata, your recommendations are always terrific. What are you recommending for this year?
My recommendation is The Pain Eater by Beth Booby. At age 14, Maddie is gang raped, but she tells no one, suffering in silence and trying to obliterate the memories. Months after the rape, false stories begin to circulate about her, and she continues to be victimized. Though her story is almost unbearably grim, when she is presented with an opportunity to confront her enemies in a way that allows fact to meet fiction, Maddie slowly begins to marshal her inner strength to fight back and to share her story with some new supportive friends. Ultimately, the novel reaffirms the healing power of storytelling.
It is a fantastic book, The Pain Eater. Miss Pineda, your summer reading choice?
I'm recommending Indian Horse by Richard Wagamese. Indian Horse follows the story of Saul Indian Horse, a residential school survivor. For Saul, taken forcibly from the land and his family when he's sent to residential school, salvation comes for a while through his incredible gifts as a hockey player. But in the harsh realities of 1960s Canada, he battles racism and the spirit-destroying effects of cultural alienation and displacement. Saul wants peace, and he grudgingly comes to see that he'll find it only through telling his story.
Timely book, very timely. Another great suggestion. Thank you, Miss Pineda. And I guess that's it. Those are all our summer reading selections for the year.
Hey, what about you, Mr. Del Monte?
Oh, right. What about me? Thank you, Miss Schober. I'm recommending Angie Thomas's Concrete Rose. It's about Maverick, the father of Star from The Hate You Give. And as a father myself, his story always resonates with me. The book was actually written after Angie Thomas watched Russell Hornsby in the movie version of her own book, and she thought to herself, hey, that's an amazing character. And then she decided to write a whole book about him. That story makes me want to recommend Concrete Rose this summer.
That sounds terrific. Okay, so to summarize, we're so excited to welcome you all to the Bishop Allen English community. During the year, you'll all read short stories, The Hate You Give, and Romeo and Juliet. No need to read those this summer unless you're really keen. But what we are encouraging is the summer reading experience. Reading 2 or more of the books we just talked about, and then writing a response once you arrive in your class.
As a reminder, you can get any of the summer reading books by ordering through the Toronto Public Library or visiting our virtual library, which can be found at bishopallenenglish.com.
We are just so excited to meet you all in the fall. Hopefully you are too. Thank you for watching, and until September, enjoy time with your family, stay safe, and most importantly, read some books. See you in September.